Hi, my name's David Hall or Solid Brix Studios from YouTube, and today I have the honor of unveiling the next LEGO Star Wars Ultimate Collector Series set. Now stick around for the whole video because we're going to be doing an interview portion with the designers of this new set. I don't know what it is, they've kind of teased it a little bit to me. I have an idea of what it could be, but of course we're going to find out here in just a second with this unboxing. So without ado, let's go ahead and get started. Oh boy. Oh wow. So here it is, the brand new Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. I don't know about you guys, but my eyes immediately go towards that massive new windshield piece. That thing's huge. That has to be one of the biggest windshield pieces LEGO has yet to make thus far on a LEGO Star Wars set. Wow, that's a standout right there for sure. I'm really enjoying the color scheme on this Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. The medium nougat and the dark red, that's a nice combination of colors. And then you have some dark gray back here. It looks to be some chrome flex cable. That looks great. This is looking to be a pretty promising Ultimate Collector Series set, so I'm super excited. So on the back of the box, you can now see the stand that is also included with the classic UCS plaque, but you can also see the brand new minifigures included in this set, which is a exclusive and specially printed C-3PO with a single dual molded leg. We're going to take a look at that here in a few minutes. I'm so excited about that minifigure. And then of course we get Luke Skywalker with his accessories as well. On the bottom here, you can see some different images, the Landspeeder, the actual screenshots from Star Wars A New Hope. I love this picture here in the middle of the Landspeeder. That looks so good. That shot right on the side looks like it's just gliding down the Tatooine desert. So that's pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and open this set and see what's inside. Look at all of that flex cabling. That is a ton. And then you also have some brown cables there and that huge plaque. There's those huge pieces as well. There it is. Look at that. There's that brand new windshield piece. It's specifically packaged without other pieces. That's really neat. Of course, we have our sticker sheet with that big plaque sticker as well. And then we also have the instruction booklet that goes over the behind the scenes of the model, the designer. And then the thing I always go to is how many bag sections are there in this set? There's 11 in this case. And without ado, guys, let's go ahead and jump into that time lapse and build Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. All right, so do you guys want to go ahead and just start by introducing yourselves and your involvement in the Luke's Landspeeder here?
Hi, I'm Cesar Schwartz, and I'm a LEGO model designer in the Star Wars team.
And I'm Jens. I'm creative lead and design director on LEGO Star Wars.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. I have quite a few questions for you guys. Caesar, I think this is probably a question for you, but what was the hardest part of designing Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder?
This model presented a few challenges, but the biggest one by far was the front chrome grid that goes along the whole model. We tried different solutions, different elements, and we ended up deciding using the flex cables in chrome. And in that way, we could achieve the correct shape and the correct pattern of that part.
So now moving on to the minifigures that are included in the set, we are getting, of course, a Luke Skywalker and C-3PO. C-3PO specifically is a very specific version. Do you guys want to just talk about how you chose the minifigures and the designs for them?
We decided to go with Luke Skywalker and C-3PO as minifigures in this set. They're both really, really important together with the Landspeeder. And then we also had a great opportunity here to make a new and exclusive C-3PO. So here we have a figure with a lot of printing, both on the arms, and then they have this 2K molded leg in silver also.
I think heavily decorated is definitely a great way of describing him. And then I think that's the first time I've seen a LEGO Star Wars minifigure with a singular dual molded leg instead of both being dual molded. That was kind of a surprise to me. That was, I think, something a lot of fans are definitely going to really enjoy, no doubt. So how did you guys determine the scale of the Landspeeder? In my personal opinion, it reminds me of the scale of the UCS A-Wing, but you know, is it its own scale? Did you guys use other UCS sets to kind of compare to? How did you come to the size that it is here on the table?
So when we design bigger models like the UCS ones, we want to add more details. But in this particular case, the element that defined the scale of the model was this front 10 by 10 curved slope piece here. So I really wanted to use that one because it's the correct shape. And then from that on, I built a whole model. So you can say that this element alone defined pretty much the scale of the final model.
So why did you guys go ahead and do a Luke's Landspeeder now, or just in general? Where did you find the idea? Was it something that you guys have always wanted to do and it's just like now is the time? How did this come about?
We know that the Landspeeder have been high on the wish list among many fans and also in the LEGO Star Wars design team. But even though it's not a super big vehicle, it still it has some complicated shapes, and I think you can definitely talk to that, Caesar. And then there was another thing that also was a complication, and that's the whole thing. We knew we needed a new cockpit canopy or windscreen to be able to make this. So and we finally managed to do that. So that's why we have the model is coming out now.
So was there any Easter eggs while putting this model together? Is there anything hidden while maybe building it that fans could expect?
There are no Easter eggs in this model, and there are a lot of colors on the inside, but that's only to shorten the search time when you have a lot of elements and you're building the model, and also to have a better build flow when you're doing it.
So can we talk about this engine design, specifically the, I guess the destroyed one or the damaged engine? This is just a wild design. You have like a Technic steering wheel here in the middle of the engine and then a whole bunch of different cabling. Like, how did this come about, and on top of the crazy techniques you used?
I was a bit surprised to realize that all three engines are different from each other. So this one has the open cowl, and this one has a bottom attachment, this one has a side attachment. So it was challenging to design all of them. And then they have a circular shape, but at the same time conical, so narrower in the back and in the front. So that was also challenging to design, and they're very smooth, at least these two. So all in all, I was surprised to realize that they were different, but they were certainly very, very challenging to design.
I would say anybody who's looking for a challenge in a LEGO Star Wars build is gonna be surprised by that engine. It blew me away. Of like, I felt like I was building something completely new that no other LEGO Star Wars set has really done before. Going back to this windshield piece, I think that's going to be, for me at least, it was the first thing that immediately caught my eye when I unboxed the set. I was like, wow, look at that piece. That is something completely different than any other model. How did that come about, and what is the technical size? Is it like 12 studs by like 14 studs? I'm also curious about that. And then is it an actual like Lego brick height? Did you guys go like that crazy with like the dimensions and everything?
As mentioned before, the windscreen here is an important part of the model. It was very much defined, the design was defined by the size of the model, so we didn't start developing it before we kind of knew how big the model would be. Even though it is a big canopy, it's still a standard LEGO element. But there's one thing that's really good here. We are covering it with foil on inside and outside, so it means that it's protected from being scratched during transportation.
Cool, yeah, no, I definitely know the hardcore fans out there will absolutely want to have this in like pristine condition, so they'll enjoy the fact that when it comes out of the box, it'll be in perfect condition. So Caesar, do you find a particular feature or detail to just be something that is your favorite part of the model?
I think that the final model is a great display piece with a striking color scheme with light nougat and dark red, just like the real one. But if I had to choose a favorite part of the model, I would go for this engine right here, just because it has some unusual techniques you build in all kinds of directions, and we used flex elements to achieve the wires and the cables that go through the engine. I think that all in all, fans will be pleased with the model.
Well, thank you guys so much for answering my questions on the brand new Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder. I had a blast building it, and it was wonderful talking to both of you. So when I pick up the Landspeeder, there's always something new to look at, whether it's from the front, the side, the back. There's detail all around this model. The colors especially really pop out on this set. I love what LEGO has been able to do here. And then personally, I love putting my eye up to the side here of the Landspeeder, looking through that giant windshield piece, feeling like I'm actually driving Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder through the desert. So if you're a Star Wars fan, a LEGO Star Wars fan, or just really enjoy Star Wars A New Hope, I think you're going to have a great time putting this set together. I know I did, and I gotta say, I'm pretty shocked by how incredibly detailed this model really can be. So the overall package here of this Luke Skywalker's Landspeeder, the minifigure selection, I think it's coming together very nicely, and I think you guys are going to have a great time building this set.